Hi guys, so today I'm talking about the 6 different kinds of roles you'll need to consider as you move from startup to early stage for your tech or your clean tech company. So as a founder of a company, you should be your first salesperson. You need to do this to really understand your prospects and your target market, hear their pains and their fears and desires and goals and requirements directly from them. But as you get traction, you've got a few customers, you need to grow your company, you will need to start thinking about a sales team. So who do you need on that team? Here are the 6 roles. So surprise, person number 1 isn't actually even on the sales team, but it is a marketing function. And not just one person, but a marketing function, which may be comprised of more than one person. So I wanted to mention this first of all, because founders and CEOs often think about hiring a salesperson or a sales team first. But marketing is the new sales. And why is that? It's because it's only in the last 17% of a buying journey do prospects even want to engage with a salesperson. They're spending the time before that doing their own research online and even offline. And it's marketing's job to engage the prospect before they talk to a salesperson. So you can reference this Gartner study or many others that really say that sellers have little opportunity to influence customers these days. And that's why marketing needs to play a much more strategic role in the growth of your company, rather than just thinking about doing ad hoc tactics like hiring a web agency to do your website. So marketing has a lot more important of a role than you may be thinking about. They're responsible for creating impactful messaging, creating content and messages that attract prospects, brings them down that funnel, that sales and marketing funnel, which is also the buying journey. Now, we can talk a lot about the different roles and responsibilities within marketing. We'll do that in another video. So role number 2 is a BDR or SDR, a business development representative or a sales development representative. So as the founder, if you're still at the stage where you're doing a lot of the sales cycle and closing of deals, and you're waiting for marketing to get the volume of leads that you need, a valuable role could be the BDR or the SDR. Now, this is somebody who focuses solely on the top of that sales funnel and creating qualified opportunities for you to work through that funnel or that journey to close. So they do this either through outbound cold prospecting and or inbound lead qualification. Generally at the early stages of a company, they will do both. So later on, when you have a higher volume of inbound leads, then you can split out that role, one for outbound and one for inbound, because it is a different skill set. So usually when you're hiring for this combined role of inbound and outbound top of the funnel, this is a more junior person, typically, who could even be fresh out of college and they're keen to build a sales career, but probably doesn't yet have the experience to manage a complex deal, but they're hungry and energetic and hopefully thick-skinned, because it is not an easy role and there is rejection. Role number 3 is an account executive, or any other name that you choose to give it, depending on your industry that you're selling to. This is a quota-carrying individual that is responsible for the whole sales cycle. Now, later on, this person will be responsible probably only for working qualified prospects in their sales funnel. But in the beginning, if you don't have that role number 2, the BDR or the SDR that I mentioned, you may have this role do that outbound and the inbound qualification at that top of the funnel, and then work them through that sales cycle. So this person should be more of a seasoned sales professional that understands the industry or the persona that you're selling to. And if you have a lower priced, more transactional product, they should always be focused on closing and accelerating that close or that sales cycle. And if you have a higher priced product, they should be skilled at solution selling and managing complex deals that involve multiple stakeholders in a B2B buying decision. Role number 4 is a sales engineer. So oftentimes in the beginning, one of the founders will play the role of a sales or a solution engineer. And that's someone who's focused on the technical aspects of selling. Now, that's required if you have a highly technical product. So in the beginning, it's important for one of the founders to be close and to be performing this function to really understand the technical requirements and get the feedback from the prospect or the market. But in order to grow, you'll need to add to the team. And this is someone whose role should not be combined with that quota-carrying AE who only focuses on the commercials and the deal, the value of the deal. But the sales engineer's skills and compensation, it should be aligned with selling, but they only focus on the technical aspects. And usually they get involved in the middle stage of a sales cycle, maybe a little bit in the discovery if their technical skills are required there, the pitching, and certainly the evaluation stage. The negotiation, the commercials, the legals should all be handled by the account executive, not the sales engineer. Now here you're looking for somebody with a technical skill set, but on top of that, there are many other factors, including communication skills, general desire to be part of the sales cycle. Not all technical folks want to be part of this. And it's different from a tech support person or a services implementation person. It is quite a difficult role to fill, and that's why this role can wait till a little bit later on until the founders are ready to pass that over to another person. Role number 5 for your sales team is actually an alliances or channel partnership person. Now, this is a role you may or may not need early on, depending on how important partnerships are to your overall go-to-market strategy. So this can be strategic partnerships or channel reseller partnerships. So typically in early days, you do want to get that direct contact with prospects and not leave it up to the channel to sell for you. And anybody who manages strategic partners or channel resellers typically has a different skill set and interest than a direct account executive. So the partner people are generally more focused on long-term, building mutually beneficial relationships, whereas the account executives are more focused on short-term transactions, and that takes a different kind of a person. So role number 6 to consider is actually 2 roles, an account manager or a customer success manager. So as you grow your customer base, you then start to need people who are focusing on your existing customers, while an account executive focuses on continually going after net new wins or net new customers. So an account manager is usually focused on the commercial aspect of your customer relationships, such as renewals, upsells, or cross-sells to other products, if that's applicable to your business model. A CSM, or customer success manager, is a little bit different, and that they're usually tasked more with ongoing satisfaction and success. The purpose is always aligned with commercial success, like ensuring a high renewal rate or getting more internal referrals, but they may also work closely with your services organization to ensure a successful installation or implementation of your project. So the skills for this role differ from the account executive. The traditional way people have thought of this is that the account executives are like hunters and account managers are like farmers, and CSMs would be like farmers as well. So when you're looking for the right skill set for AMs and CSMs, look for people who value people relationships and like to please people. So there you have it. Those are some of the roles and skills to consider when putting together your first sales team. If you have any comments or questions, please note them below, and good luck in getting your first go-to-market team together.